Have you ever been right in the middle of sending a super important email, only to get completely locked out of your Gmail account? Ah, it is so frustrating. Well, in this explainer, we are going to break down exactly what Gmail sending limits are, why they're even a thing, and, most importantly, how you can avoid hitting them. Let's dive in.
Ah, yes, this message. Does this look a little too familiar? It's simple, it's infuriating, and it's pretty much the reason we're here today. It just pops up out of nowhere and can stop your entire workflow dead in its tracks. And even though it's a really common problem, the rules behind it, they can feel like a total mystery.
So that's really the million-dollar question, right? Why does Google even have these limits in the first place? And what are the actual specific numbers you need to keep in your head to avoid seeing that dreaded error message again? We're going to get you some clear answers.
Okay, first things first. It really helps to change how you think about these limits. I know they feel like a punishment, but they're not there just to make your life difficult. A better way to see them is like guardrails on a highway, designed to keep the whole system safe.
You know, when you boil it all down, these limits are doing two really important jobs. First, they stop spammers from just flooding the system, which keeps Gmail working reliably for, all of us. And second, they protect your account specifically. I mean, think about it. If a hacker got into your email, these limits would stop them from sending thousands of spam messages from your address. So they're kind of looking out for you, too. All right, let's get to the real meat of it, the numbers. If you're using a standard, paid Google Workspace account, these are the figures you absolutely need to know. So pay close attention, because remembering these could save you a huge headache down the road. And here it is, the first big number to etch into your brain, 2,000. That is the maximum number of emails you can send in any rolling 24-hour period. And that's a really key detail. It's not based on a calendar day, it's any 24-hour window. And the second magic number is 10,000. Now, this one isn't about the number of emails you send, it's about the number of recipients. So if you send one email to 10 people, that counts as 10 toward this limit. You can see how sending out a big group email could make this number climb really, really fast. But wait, it gets even more specific. Just take a look at this chart. That overall message limit is 2,000, sure. But if you're using a tool like Mail Merge to send a bunch of emails at once, that limit actually drops to 1,500. And check out this other one. You can only send to 3,000 recipients who are outside of your company's domain each day. It's a pretty clear sign that Google wants to prevent people from using a regular account for mass marketing campaigns.
And this is a big one that trips people up all the time. It's not just the emails you sit down and write yourself. Everything counts. Emails from a secondary alias? Yep. Messages sent by an assistant who has delegate access to your account? Those count too. And get this, even every single out-of-office reply sent by your vacation responder chips away at that 2,000 daily limit. Okay, now it is absolutely crucial to understand that not all Google Workspace accounts are created equal. If you're on a free trial, you're playing by a completely different rulebook. And let me tell you, the limits are way, way tighter. So for those trial accounts, that 2,000 message limit we were just talking about, forget about it. It gets slashed all the way down to just 500 per day. This is probably one of the biggest restrictions on a trial account, and it's there specifically to stop people from creating temporary accounts just to send spam. I mean, this side-by-side really makes it crystal clear, doesn't it? A trial account is capped at 500 messages and only 500 external recipients a day. So if you're trying to use a trial for any kind of business outreach or big announcement, you are going to hit that wall and you're going to hit it fast. So how do you get out of the penalty box and unlock those higher limits? Well, it's basically a three-step process. First, you got to convert to a paid subscription. Second, your account needs to have paid at least $100 in total. And third, you just have to wait. The limits will go up automatically. But here's the real kicker, it is not instant. It can take up to 75 days after you hit that $100 mark for the new higher limits to actually kick in. Okay, so let's talk about what happens when you accidentally push your luck and go over one of these limits. The good news is, it's not a permanent ban, but your account does get put in a temporary timeout. The standard penalty is pretty straightforward. You get temporarily suspended from sending any new messages, and that suspension usually lasts for up to 24 hours. During that time, you just can't send any outgoing email, period. But here's some really good news, and this is important, so don't panic. A sending suspension does not mean you're locked out of your entire Google account, not at all. You can still get new emails, you can still use your Google Drive, your calendar, all of that stuff works just fine. You're just in a temporary no-fly zone for sending. So how do you get your sending privileges back? Well, it's usually pretty simple. In most cases, you just have to wait it out. Once that 24-hour period is up, your limit's reset, and you're good to go. Now, for more serious or reoccurring problems, a Google Workspace admin in your company can actually step in and manually restore a suspended account.
So, when you look at the big picture, these limits are really all about finding a balance. They're those digital guardrails we talked about, keeping the whole email highway safe from spam and protecting your account, even if they feel a bit annoying sometimes. The key takeaway here is just to know the numbers. 2,000 messages and 10,000 recipients for a paid account. Stay inside those lines and you'll keep everything flowing smoothly. And hey, now the next time you see that error, you'll know exactly what's going on. Thanks for tuning in.